I hope I am audible to everyone. And today we will solve another problem. And problem name is valid IP address, and which is this question asked in the Amazon. Okay, first of all, let's read the question and then jump to the procedure. So in this given question, we have given a string like this one, and we have to return a list. In the list, uh, this string will be there, and there are condition for which we make the string, like the range of, because in this problem we have to divide the given string into the four parts like a b c d, and the must condition will be the number should be range in the 0 to 255. And also another condition is there is no prefix 0, like in the number if you get a number like 0 or 0 1 2, so it is a not valid case. And if we get a number like 0 0 0 0 0, for this case, yeah, this is a valid case. But in this problem, if length of ABCD, either ABCD is greater than 1, and there must be, they haven't any prefix 0, like here the in the number 012, the 0 is a prefix, so it is not includable and not permissible in this. We don't include this into the answer. Okay, let's jump to the implementation part. How can approach this solution? So so in this problem, the given string is this one, and the given output is this one. So uh, because a number range, like in this problem the range is 0 to 255. So if we observe that the maximum number is 255 and their number of digit is 3, alright. The maximum number of digit of a number, like if we write the string is this way a b c d. So in this given a string, any either a b c d, the maximum range of either a will be 0 to 255, and the maximum length of a will be equal to 3, and the minimum length of a will be equal to uh, either 1, either 2, or either 3. So in the every index, like if you take an example, like in this given example, if you add the zeroth index, like here add the zeroth index, so we have three options. Either we can choose 2, either we can choose either we can 2 5, and either we can choose 255. So, and also during the choosing that number, like 25 and 255, so uh, during this choosing the number, we can also check whether this element, whether this number is valid or not. Let's suppose that if we have given a string like this way, 4 4 4, and if we choose this is number with which is length equal to 3, but this is not a valid, this is not a valid case, because the 444 is out of range of 1 to 255. So we don't include uh, uh, this number into the answer. So we can observe the things here, and we can also write down the subpart range is 0 to 255. And also another case is like if we include the 0 to 2, so it is also a not valid case, because here the 0 is leading element of this subpart. So we also take care of these things. So generally in this is a typical backtracking problem, so it is not an easy one. So what should our approach like? So in the at the let's we are at the zeroth index, then we have to only three choice. All right, only three choice, and in choice we can uh, choose a substring which is length. Let's we choose a substring which is length equal to 1. This length will be equal to 2, and this length will be equal to 3. And we have to just uh, other part will be going back to the into the recursion. And after the all the value checking, if we are at the last index, like we are at the our index, let's if I value will be equal to s dot length, and also will be equal to s dot length, and also our sub part is equal to 4, because in this problem we have to divide the string like a b c d. All right, and if you get this string which is uh, a string length which is total number of subpart is 4, and also the index will be equal to s dot length, so we got a answer. Like uh, if we uh, if we discuss this example in the given example. So in this problem, like this is a one, let's suppose this is a this is a b, and this is a c, and this one is d. And here the total number of component is, and total number of subpart is 4. And if we observe the things, our index will be equal to s dot length, because we include all the character. Yeah, because this is one of the valid case, because if we are at the last index, like out of last index, because uh, at this point we are at the loop, and after the loop we jump to the I is equal to s dot length. And if we are at this index, and also we have to increment the count if we get a valid number, and if our count will be equal to 4, so we say that this is our valid case, and we include this string, like this string into the answer. And for this one we also similar way we can also find this a string, like if we take the three string from here, three length of a string from here, and three length of a string from here, and this one will be left at two length. So here the total number of subpart will be also equal to 4, and we are at the index, so that we don't avoid and don't avoid any substring. We include all the character of a string into the answer, so that this is also a valid case. And if you get the valid case, then we put this string into the answer. Let's jump to the the things which we have to take care of this. Like there are three things to, and three keys for any backtracking problem. First we have to, what's our choice. Like here the choice is we can choose maximum length of 3, and which is from the 1 to 3. Like in the, because ab let's ab range will be equal to, a range will be equal to 0 to 255, so that the first string which is length equal to 1, and the 4 at the maximum number which is length of 3. So our range of length of a string will be equal to maximum 3. And second point is constraint. We should also check the what is our given constraint. And given constraint is the number lies between the 0 and 255. And also the most important case will be there are no leading 0. If we get the leading 0 like 0 1 1, this is not a valid case. Okay, and if we get the number like 4 5 5, this is also not valid case, because this number is out of our range, given range. And the what's our goal? What is our goal? The goal is finding the four valid subsection, like in the format of a dot, b dot, c dot, and d dot. D, sorry, not dot, because after the D we don't put the dot. Okay, and also another condition is we are at the last index, like in that point, because if we are at not at that point, that's why we don't we have not included all the character in a string, so that this is not a valid case. Like if you take an example, suppose this is our example. The total number of a subpart will be equal to 4. Okay, and but in the subpart, let's this is D, this is C, and this is B, and this one is A. So A is a valid, B is also valid because it will be in the range, and C will be also valid, but here D will be not a valid condition. Like D, the value of D is greater than 255. Okay, and if you take another example, like 255 and 255 and 1 and 1, and 1 and 1 and 135. Okay, so this is the first section, this is the second section, and this is a third section, and this is a fourth section. Okay, this is a D, and our index will be here. Okay, and this is this is not a valid case, because here the index is not at the this position, not in the last position, so that we have already four subsection and four parts of substring, but this is not a valid case because of this our pointer is not at the last index, so that this is also a invalid case. So we can take care of these things. Okay, let's jump to the code, because code is like just like a tricky part. So in this code we will take a vector of a string, which is store the answer, and we take another variable which name is temporary. We have to just take a temporary a string to store the uh, possible answer, and after that if we get the possible answer, so uh, after that we can store the possible answer into the result, and we call a function which name is function, and let's discuss the what's our function. So in this function we will pass a string, and also pass a index, because initially index will be 0, and this is a string which is a store the result, and this one is count, because every time we will count uh, how many substring will be included, and if count will be equal to 4, so we say that. And also here we included temp, because in the temp we store the string in the temporary manner. So we will discuss here the what is the base case. So this is the base case if count will be equal to 4, and also index will be equal to s dot length. I'm, I also earlier discussed this thing. If we have the count is equal to 4 and index is equal to s dot length, then we have get a valid substring, so that after this condition we will push the temporary into the result and just return it. And another else case is like if we have count will be equal to 4, but here index will be less than s dot length. That's when we don't included all the character of a string, so that this is also a valid not valid invalid case. Okay, invalid case because of they doesn't contain total character of a string. I hope you got it. I mean talking about the uh, I've also discussed the taking example. In that example, our total subsection is equal to 4, but we are not at the last index, so that this is also an invalid case. Let's jump to the main code, and in this code, because we will discuss that we have at the any point we have three choice. Like if we choose the subpart with length is equal to 1, and it, either we can choose the length will be equal to 2, and either we will choose the length will be equal to 3. Every time we have three choice, so we take a loop from starting from I is equal to 1 to I is equal to 3, so that we will included all the element, all the correct substring which is length 1, 2 and 3. And if we add the index plus I is greater than length, so that this condition is going goes to outer boundary, so we will take a break. And every time, like in this take a example 255 255 111. Okay, I am checking the example, this is a valid example or not. I mean, a 255 255 11135. Okay, so in this example, like if we add the zeroth index, so we can choose either 2, either 25 or either 255. All right. And if we check index plus I, and index is 0 and I will be equal to also 1, so here 0 plus 1 will be 1, and s dot length will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and length will be equal to 11. So it will be less than 11, so it is a valid case. And we take a string, substring, like this substring, this substring and this substring. Okay, and here the checking condition whether this this substring will be valid or not. Either we can this will be valid or not, and this 255 is valid or not. So if we can if here the value we will we use the SPI to change the number, change the string to number. And the here the string will be 255, so number will be equal to 255. All right. And here the number is not greater than 255, so that this is a valid case. And if this will be not going to this case. And at that time we have also two options: either our count will be equal less than equal to 3, and either our count will be greater than equal to 3. And if we have a, like in this case, like at the starting our count will be equal to a starting value, our count will be equal to 0. Okay, and after this condition our count will be equal to 1, and then this is also incremented by 1. So let's take an example like in this way. If add the this case and at this point our count will be equal to less than 3, so we will put the answer, like put the temporary, like in the this form, like a dot b, sorry, a dot b dot c dot b. But if we add the this point, and if we add the temporary into the answer, so uh, sorry, substring into the temporary variable, so we don't push the dot, because after the d there is a no means of putting the dot, so that in in this condition we will goes to the another condition, and we don't push the dot into the temporary string. And after that we will push the temporary into the answer, and it will be okay. Let's if we talking about the time complexity. So every indexes we have n choice, to this power every indexes we have three choices, so that this is a backtracking problem. So like this is goes to the exponential, because we will check all every possible condition. If we get the possible condition, possible string, so we will put the possible string into the result, and otherwise backtrack from the and restore the string. Okay, I hope you got this solution and approach. Okay, thanks.